Hello everyone, I hope you're all well. So today I am going to just tidy my desk a little bit. So I finished my bowl, vessel, and I will show you that in a little while. And I also finished my little pouch by putting a button on, and I'll show you that. But at the moment, what I want to do is I have a very large quilt, very old, large quilt. And this is a good piece. So you can see it's intact. The back of it's intact. It's beautiful colours. It's over 100 years old, I believe. I got it over 40 years ago, I'd say. Yeah, at least 42 years ago, at least. And it travelled with me everywhere. I used it on my bed for a number of years, and then it was put away, and when you pull it out you find it all sort of falling apart and all of that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do today is just have a chat with you and do some just sewing, just to pull the bits in before I start making something with it. There's already a bit of, I'll use this thread to start with, but just because I don't want it to fall apart and I want to use it for something. So I'm going to start with this end because it's pretty bad here. I just want to just sort of pull it together a little bit, have it a bit more stable before I start using it. So I was going to make another vessel, and we'll pull it back this way now. Let me just check that you can see and what you can see. Yeah, okay, as long as I stay in this bit here. So I hope you're all enjoying the warm weather, and it's not too hot for you wherever you are. It's very warm and humid here today. I've been out in the garden while it wasn't too hot, although it did start to get a little bit burny, burny hot. So yeah, so I came in and I've been messing about with my fabrics and my papers, and I'm going to start a new journal. So I've been looking at what I want to use as the back, the base of the journal, probably a bag or something. So what I'm doing is, like I said, I'm just stitching, doing some slow stitch, and at the same time hopefully preventing this from falling apart too much, and pulling these bits together where they're coming apart. I mean, I don't know if this is going to make any difference whatsoever, but I'm hoping it does. Actually, the back of this is in pretty good condition, so I'll do this. If this doesn't work out, then I might fold this over and use it like that, and make it into a vessel or whatever I'm going to do with it. I'm not sure yet. I might even use it as a part of a journal or a sewing book or something like that. So lots of ideas for projects that other YouTubers are doing at the moment, and I'm aware of what they're up to. So it's sort of inspiring me to do things myself. So, and I hope the same for you. So yeah, right, so yes, so tomorrow is Mixed Media Wednesday. I haven't got any plans for it yet, but yeah, I'll have a think about that later on, and then hopefully come up with something. I hope you enjoyed last week's. I really loved the outcome, and actually a lot of people reached out afterwards, and not so much on YouTube, but although I did have a comment from a lovely lady, but yeah, in friends and even family members were sort of, you know, I really like that, that's different. And yeah, so I'm going to put my light on. It's a little bit dark. It's dark for me. I don't know if it's dark for you, but the light can be a bit. There, that's better. I struggle to see with this light. So yeah, and I really liked that, you know, importantly, I really liked them. I was happy with the outcome of them. And it definitely would like to do more. So yeah, definitely in my mind that I could do more. Just gonna backstitch this a little bit because I want it to pull this in a little bit, if you know what I mean. It's going to alter the fabric a little bit, you know, the width of it and things like that, but I'm okay with that because I'll just cut if it's out of, you know, if it's not lining up, then I'll just you know, cut it down to size for whatever it needs to look like. I do love this sort of pale yellow with a rosebud. You can't see the rosebuds anymore, but they were so pretty. Okay, I'm not making I'm making a bit of a mess there. Anyway, I'm going to end off here and start. Let's have a look. Yeah, a bit of a mess, but oh, where am I? Can't even see where I am now. Must have been there. No, it wasn't. There. I can't. Well, the stitching is so light. I can barely see it anyway. So, right. Let's load this one up onto the needle. So yes, so yeah, I haven't been on. I've been away for the weekend. I went to a Buddhist retreat up in Northumbria, which was lovely. Met some lovely people, and I went with a friend of mine. We've been a few times, so we know it well. But yeah, it was a really nice weekend, and they do courses, secular courses there as well, and then or you can learn more about Buddhism. I've done both Buddhist and secular, and I enjoy the learning of, you know, both. But so yeah, the weather was nice, been lovely here. Hot though, the last couple of days, very hot, like 25, 26. I mean, that's hot for, you know, this area. Obviously in other countries, you know, it's getting a lot hotter. I mean, I'm now aware that Mediterranean countries are just absolutely boiling hot at the moment, and there's loads of problems out there. I hope people stay safe and look after themselves, because it's so easy to become dehydrated, and very quickly as well, you know, without really realising it. You're wandering around, you know, the heat's beating down on you, you don't go in and out of the sun, then it's very easy to quickly become dehydrated. It's very dangerous. So yeah. And I know young people are out having a good time, but you know, they're also drinking, and that dehydrates you as well. So it's just very scary, really, when I think I would be worried about my kids going over. They're no longer children or kids, but you know, they're when they were younger, yeah. But you know, there seems to be a lot of things going on, people going missing in these countries in the heat, and some problems. So yeah, it's very sad. But you know, it's a case of just not being out. You know, there are a set of rules that you must follow, as you guys know this anyway, but so I'm not trying to preach to you, but yeah, I mean, you know, and they're simple enough. You just don't go out in the heat of the day, you know, the middle of the day. It's just not a good idea for the sake of a tan or whatever it is. Definitely not hiking. I mean, I think hiking is the worst thing you can do in those sort of temperatures. I don't know why anybody would want to be honest. Just pulling this together. Hopefully this will help it. I mean, I'm gonna have to speed up a little bit because it's it'll take me forever doing this. But I just wanted to get on and have a little chat, show you my work that I've been doing. Just a little bit of slow stitch here and there when I've had time, and yeah. So the course that I was on was a mindfulness course, which I love, and I do practice mindfulness, so it's not new to me, but it's something that, you know, you can, this was mindfulness, something about rebellion. Sorry, I can't remember the title of the course, but you know, mindfulness with attitude or something like that, which is basically just, you know, being aware and practicing mindfulness and looking after yourself, that sort of thing. From that point of view, I mean, and also when you look after yourself, the idea is that you're looking after others, because you know, when you're mindful of how you relate to others or react to situations, then yes, it's going to impact on others in a positive way. So that's the idea. But I do practice mindfulness, and in different ways. You know, I practice it in my day-to-day, sort of the things I do, the more practical things that I do. I'm very aware of. Walking is very mindful for me. Pulling this in. When I'm foraging, I'm very mindful. Stitching, I'm mindful. You know, there's so many ways. One of the big things for me is because I work from home or I'm at home a lot, I make drinks obviously throughout the day, and at those times are when I'm reminded more of mindfulness and as I'm making my drinks, particularly herbal drinks, because I blend my own, so I have to get the jars down and, you know, decide what I want to drink and, you know, what part of my body I want to help, you know, be and care for. And so I choose the herbs that I think are going to best suit me at that moment in time. So, and then I, you know, even not just herbs, but you know, when I make my own. Well, I drink Earl Grey tea, and so when I drink Earl Grey tea and I make a cup of tea, I'm very mindful. Coffee, I'm mindful with stirring, and you know, the smell of the coffee and the smell of tea, and the, you know, the warmth of the cup in your hand, things like that. I'm very aware of it all, and I enjoy that part of it. It's a bit like cooking porridge. When I cook porridge, that's another mindful activity for me. I know it sounds silly to some people, but those are the sorts of areas that I am reminded of mindfulness, because, you know, I'm generally on my own during the day unless I'm with family, or, you know, out seeing a friend or something. But I've spent a lot of time on my own, which I enjoy, and so I use that time to practice mindfulness. Right, now there's a big gap here, so I'm wondering if it would be better, actually, there's a piece here I could take off. Let's see if I can rip it off. Oh, well, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Just wondering if I could maybe... This is so fragile on this side. It's a much thinner fabric, but I could, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I know I've ripped it, but it's okay. If I put this on top, where have I come out here? I'm just going to come back on myself a little bit rather than stretch over. There we go. Couldn't find the piece then. Alright, so here. It's very fiddly, but I think it'll be worth it to have just an extra piece holding it in place, even though that's quite fragile as well. So I hope you had a good weekend as well. Oh yeah, the place I went to is Land of Joy, in case you are interested. As I say, I've been going, I've been a few times now. And always enjoy it, and there have been times when I've sort of recommended it to friends and we've all gone together or met up there. But one of the, I mean, apart from it, you know, being a lovely centre and very, you know, the people are lovely who run the place. They're volunteers, all of them. they're always really kind and lovely, and the food is delicious. The accommodation's okay. I mean, it's a bit of an old, genteel sort of worn property, old manor style property, up in Northumberland, right at the top in the wilds. I think it's 40 acres, not that you would be able to get around there in the time that you're at the retreat, but you know, you could always go off afterwards and do some exploring. Just take that off. It's a shame. I might need another piece for the, see if there's another piece. It's just really beautiful up there. Stunning. The bird song, everything about it is just gorgeous. Put a bit there. So I'll put some there and some there. Try and pull the rest together a little bit, and then maybe use some of the other bits. I think it's worth patching it up like this. So anyway, I just wanted to come on. I will show you, I'll do a little bit more and then I'll show you my the things that I've made, and then you can, I will let you go, and you can maybe I'll come back when I've done all the sewing and show you. But it is just to sort of try and preserve this bit, and so I can use it. And I will cover it up. It won't be left like this. It will be covered up. Some of it will be covered up. I'll try and use some of it, you know, keep some of it on show, but yeah, most of it will be covered up, I think. I'll put that there, cut that off. And a little bit there, and I'm just try and yeah, right, I'm going to start over here. Start down here. Yeah, as I say, it's in the beautiful wilds. They have various events through the year and retreats, and they have family week in August, or family weekend, I can't remember if it's a weekend or a week, where they invite families. Otherwise it's generally just adults, and they have not dormitory, they're bedrooms with lots of bedrooms, because it's such a big property and they've got large bedrooms. They put, you know, a few single beds in there in the rooms, and then they do have single bedrooms, but they're not always available. They're kept for staff or for people who need them. They also have, I think it's called the Coach House as well, which is where I stayed, or me and my friend stayed, which is like a 2-bed flat. They've got 2 of those, I think. And then so there's various accommodation, and you can camp if you want. You know, they do allow camping at certain times. I don't know if it's all the time, but yeah. And but even the, you know, the beds in the room with say 6 or 4 beds, it's still very comfortable. They're kept very clean. It's just faded, you know, it's an old property, and they don't have a lot of money for upkeep, but what they do have, they do their best with. It's got a beautiful walled garden that needs some work, and they're always looking for volunteers. to help out with that sort of thing. I think they're short of volunteers at the moment. In the years that I've been going, I've seen people come and go, you know, sort of people in the management part of it have been coming and going, because they go off to do retreats, you know, sort of in India or various places themselves, you know, for their own development and practice. So while they give, you know, they give service for a period of time, and then they, you know, they want to go off and do something that to improve their own practice. You can go and volunteer even if you aren't Buddhist, I believe, but you know, if you're interested in learning about Buddhism, it's ideal, because you know, you have, as a volunteer, you have access to all of the books and all the materials, and very experienced people around you, that sort of thing. So the cost is by donation, so you donate. It's called the generosity model, and so they are open to donations for your stay there, you know, so you pay a certain amount, whatever you can afford, or suggested amount or whatever. So it's very affordable for those who don't have a lot of money but need, you know, I don't know, just some time away from their ordinary lives. And as I say, the secular courses are very helpful in sort of terms of mindfulness and maybe yoga, maybe just learning about Buddhism. I'm not a practicing Buddhist at all, you know, by any, I mean, I have been on Buddhist courses, but I'm not a practicing Buddhist, so I don't want to pretend I am. I enjoy aspects of Buddhism, but there are other aspects that I don't enjoy, and so you know, I would find it hard to commit myself fully to any sort of practice. It is beautiful in many ways. It is a beautiful, you know, tradition, I guess, but I don't like to call it a religion, I believe. And in a lot of ways, it's like a religion, and in other ways, it isn't. So you know, you decide for yourself, I guess. And it is, you decide for yourself, because it's very much self-driven, self-focused. Okay. I mean, I don't know if it's looking any better really, but I'm trying. Whoops, sorry, knocked the camera then, sorry. Yeah, I don't think there are always interesting people there from all walks of life to meet and engage with, and you know, the courses are very interactive, so oops, oh. So yeah, I think this is going to take a long time. I might use other pieces of fabric at this stage, because I think these tiny pieces are just not going to cut it. I need, yeah, it's helping, but not enough. I must admit, I do enjoy this sort of thing. Slow stitch for me is just so good. Just love it. It's like gardening, the same as gardening for me. I just love being out in the garden and enjoying it. Listening to bird song. Loads of birds singing away in the mornings. I love it. It's like they're really happy and they're just telling us how happy they are, or telling each other, or just singing away to themselves. It's just so lovely. Yeah, very nice. Heartwarming, actually, to hear them. I haven't had the good fortune to hear a cuckoo. It's a bit late now, I think, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe you hear one where you are. But I won't hear one, I don't think, from here. But lots of other birds. I'd love to be able to identify them. I think I'm pretty good at identifying blackbirds. You know, they're the most common, you know, noticeable sort of. The robin, blue tit, I probably could, you know, recognise. But those are about it, you know. Maybe a wren. Yeah, it's going to take me a long time to do this, so, but like I say, I'm enjoying it, and it's definitely worthwhile keeping it, you know, when you look at the back and how pretty it is to put the colour at the back. Right, so I'm going to end this off here, and because it's going to take me quite a while, I'm going to show you my other things that I've done, and then I will be back when I've finished this. So I'll just wrap that up a minute. Pop my needle. Oh yeah, I'll pop it in there. So this is my vessel that I made from the video, inspired by Roxy Creations. So I've put some laces in there. That's what I've got in there at the moment on my desk. So it goes on my sewing table. So it's got loads of different coloured threads, little bits of lace. You saw some of it, but you didn't see, I don't think you saw the hearts. I finished off lots of stitching with different colours, and I added this, and so a little happiness. I added this little embellishment here, a little applique, and some more beautiful antique lace there. And this was the, no it's not, yeah, that's the edge. This was always there, but this bit here I added to, you know, to the edge. To the sides that came together is what I'm trying to say. So I'm really happy with it. It's very sturdy. I could put a lot in there, a lot of sort of, maybe I could put my scrap fabrics in there if I want to. So I'm really happy with it. It's hard to show you like this, but yeah. And then the other thing I did was this, which you saw me make. I don't think I added, I might have added that piece of lace, and this piece here. Yeah, that tiny piece there and this piece here. And then yesterday I added this closure. So it has my little journal in, my scrappy journal, I like to call it, my accordion scrappy journal. So I haven't finished this, but I've finished it in terms of decorating. I don't know if I'll do any more decorating. I'll probably use it as a journal from here on in. I can use it for other journals as well. I could use it to put pencils in, or, you know, other things that I need to carry around with me. So yeah, it's just a very, very simple buttonhole. Let me just show you the buttonhole. So this is 2 pieces of fabric stitched together like this, and then I cut a buttonhole, sewed it, it's all hand stitched, and then found this vintage button, creamy vintage button, and then that just goes on there like that and sits nicely. So very happy with that. Love this fabric. I've put some fabric in a tea bath, so I'm waiting for that to do. It should be ready tomorrow morning, so I'll have some more tea. And I've been gathering pieces of rusty metal, so I'll be able to do some rust dyeing as well. So, and then the next thing I'm going to be doing is some eco dyeing with flowers and plants and things. So yeah, so I hope you like that. I love it. I'm really, really happy with it, and it sits very proudly on my sewing table along with this. So very happy with it. So yeah, I will be back at some point when I have, you know, made some progress with this, and I'll show you what it's like, and then maybe I will be cutting it into 2 or folding it over. I'm not really sure yet. I'll have a think about how I'm going to use this. I mean, I could use it as a cover for a journal or something like that. So I'll have a think about it anyway. So anyway, I just wanted to pop on and say hello, and I will be back soon. So take care, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow for Mixed Media Wednesday in any case. So if I don't see you later, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.